Today, students, we're going to be talking about how you go through the process of creating a menu for your blog that has all the appropriate items on it that you needed to showcase that you had already scripted in as part of your sketches or mock-ups. In order to make a menu like this, we're going to need to start by being in our dashboard. As you can see on my dashboard right over here, I've got the Pages menu. Well, part of what's going to happen is not only are we going to create a menu, but I'm going to show you how you can determine where to put your menu, how to go through the process of modifying some of the settings for your menu, and through that process we're going to have to create an actual page. The page that we're going to create together is the bio page, or the About Me page for the author. And with that page, I'm going to show you how to update it, how to go through the process of ordering that page on your menu, and where to turn off the comments so that people don't actually leave comments for you on your bio page. And finally, we're also going to talk about an alternative option for your menu. Instead of creating new pages, you can actually create a menu item that will pull on your labeled posts. And I'll talk to you about why you would want to do this and how you'd go through the process of doing it. So let's first start by making a menu. If you go to your dashboard and you click on Pages, you should see that you probably have just one page right now, and that's the home page. Many of you might have already created an additional page. One of the pages that you might have made is an About Me page. If you don't have one already, just know that you can create a new page quickly and easily by going up to the New Page toggle button. When you click on that, you have two choices: either create a new page where you can add your text and multimedia, or create a new web address. And this is where I was talking about creating a menu item that pulls on your labeled posts. We'll talk about that later. For right now, we're going to just create a new blank page. On this new blank page I'm creating, the first thing we need to be aware of is the title. I'm just going to give it a quick bio of the author. We don't want to make it too long, because the longer this is, the more space it'll take up on your menu. Or you could just call it About Me. Whatever works for you, go ahead and type that in. Now, eventually you're going to go through the process of updating this page with some appropriate information about you. For right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put under construction, so whoever comes to this page knows that, well, this page will be updated at some point later. Now that I've got a title in, I've got a little bit of information in, and just so you know, look at all the options. It looks the same as if I was creating a post, so you have that same flexibility when creating your author page. But before I move away from this, the first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and hit save, and I can go through the process of publishing this page. Great. And now it should be in my list of pages. And there it is. It's an About Me page down at the very bottom. A couple of things to know. It is currently live. If I wanted to pull it down, I would have to revert to it in draft mode. If I wanted to edit this page any further, I could go ahead and click on Edit. Or if I wanted to view what it looks like now on my blog, I could click there. If I want to delete that page, well, just simply click there. If I want to reorder this page, there's a wonderful little blue header tab over here that I could take, and I could grab this and drag it up until I got it to exactly where I want, and maybe I want it to be right after my main home page. And hey, I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and hit, hold down Command on my Mac or Control on my PC and click on View Blog, and it should actually bring up my blog. If I needed to refresh this, I could refresh this, and there would be my About Me page. Now, I have so many resources going across that it fits here. Yours should just pop up right there, and you'll probably notice it might be or it might not be there. If it's not there, we have some work to do. One of the things that we have to do is actually go through the process of changing the Show Pages As top tabs. So if you go ahead and hit this drop-down menu, yours might actually be saying Don't Show. If yours says Don't Show, we need to actually go through the process of choosing top tabs. That's how you can determine where to put your menu. So make sure you set yours as top tabs. And you're also going to have to hit this orange button that says Save Arrangement. Without clicking on Save Arrangement, none of those changes are going to be made. So if I go back to my page and hit refresh, you'll probably notice now the About Me has popped back up onto this, and now I have my full menu. You probably have a really cute menu now. And yours might look a little bit different than my menu. Yours might actually have silver in it or green in it. It actually might look like tabs. Depending on the template you chose for yourself, it's going to look a little bit different. So I'm happy with where it is. I'm happy with the way it looks. I can go ahead and switch back here. And now I can go through the process of updating my page. So I'm going to go to Edit. I can go back in here and change all the information on here that I want to. I actually never even looked at that page. If I go back here and click on About Me, I wonder what it's going to look like. And if I actually look at it, you'll see, well, here's the About Me title, there's the Under Construction, but look at all this other stuff that it sticks in here for me. For example, it's got the sharing, recommend this on Google. I don't have a problem with that too much, but do I really want people putting comments on my page? Probably not. So that's something we're going to have to go ahead and turn off. How do we turn that off? Well, if we go back to our actual page, you'll notice there's some options over here on the side. These reader comment options will allow us to allow people to make comments on our bio page or not. I'm actually going to choose don't allow hide existing. So anybody who comes to my bio page will not be able to make any comments on my bio page, which doesn't make any sense to me why they would want to make comments. So I'm going to make sure that's off. And this is an important point for any of the subsequent pages you make. If you make a page about cupcakes, or if you make a page about My Little Pony, or if you make a page about Halo, or whatever you make pages about, just know that if you don't want comments on those pages, you're going to have to go into the page settings and disallow them. Turn those off. All right, so you've made a menu, you've updated the page, you've ordered it in your menu, you've turned off your comments. What if you actually want to make some very subtle changes to it? Well, again, you're going to have to update it. You're going to have to go back to, and I'm going to go ahead and hit close. Thank you. You're going to have to go back to here and down to template. Remember, anytime we want to make visual changes for anything, we've got to go to template. If I go to my template and I click on customize, I'll get all those options over here, right? Well, the advanced options will actually allow me to choose for my menu. And if I scroll down a little, you'll see, it won't call it a menu. It'll actually call it tabs. So your tabs text, and you see these little red lines pop up. This is telling you that if you change any of the fonts in here, or the text colors, or the selected colors, what it'll look like. So notice right now my text color is 33333. It looks kind of like a charcoaly black. That's what the text color looks like currently on my menu. The selected color means that if that's the page I'm currently on, it'll change the font color so that whoever's on that page will know the difference between which pages I'm on. And it changed the color to completely white, two complete contrasts in there. But notice it also changed the color of the background. How do we know that? Well, if we go to the tabs background, you'll notice the standalone normal background color for my menu is this color right there, this purple. If it's selected, which my home page is by default right now, you'll notice it goes to a much darker color. And there's also the border color, which is very similar to it, but it gives just a little bit of a distinction between which where one menu item begins and where one menu item ends. So this area is where you can go to change some of the very technical parts about your menu. You're welcome to experiment in there. Just be very careful about going too far, because it actually could make it look a little tacky. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here and go back to Blogger. And there's one other thing I want to make a distinction of. I've got a bunch of different pages made, including my About Me page, and it's easy to make pages. And pages are what I call static, which means they don't change automatically. They don't change often. They only change when you specifically go in and put information in there that you want updated. The opposite of static would be dynamic. You know what page changes often? Well, that'd be your home page. Anytime you make a post, that page changes. So it's dynamic. Your static pages you can add as much as you want. Now, some of you might be thinking about making pages for, I don't know, cupcakes, because you're going to be talking about cupcake recipes every once in a while, or maybe you're going to be talking about your favorite book reviews, you're going to be talking about your favorite movie reviews, or what's happening in world news. You could make a page for those, but because you're going to be blogging about those, instead of making a page for them, you're actually just going to put those posts on your home page. The thing about putting things on your home page is the fact that you might want to pull them out separately. So in order to do that, we're actually going to go to New Page, click down, and choose Web Address. So instead of creating a new page for book reviews, you'll choose Web Address. Now it's going to ask you what you want to call that. Maybe I'll call it Book Reviews. There you go. The thing is, though, is where am I going to be pulling these book reviews from? Well, this is the tricky part. In order to make that happen, I actually already have to have a post for a book review, and I have to label it Book Reviews. Now, this item has no labels, but if I were to scroll down to this one, you'd see this one does. So if I created a book review blog post and made a label called Book Reviews, I could create menu item called Book Reviews and link it to any of the posts that have that label. All I'd have to do is right-click on the label, choose Copy Link Location, right? Copy Link Location, and then go back to this window and paste in there that link location. And it would actually say something along the lines of search/label/book, reviews. And then, anytime somebody clicked on that menu item, instead of it pulling up a static page about book reviews, it would just pull up all the posts that had been labeled book reviews. So again, why would you want to do that? Well, you'd want to do it if you are going to be constantly blogging about a topic and you want to show those posts related to that topic versus creating a standalone page based just on that topic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so you should know a lot about menus now. You should know how to create a menu, how to modify your menu, how to update the information on that page and order that page on your menu. You should be able to learn how to turn off the comments for that page and how to make menu items where you're pulling labeled posts and showing just those posts that have been labeled according to what you want, why you should do that, and how to go about doing it. Again, if you ever have any questions or need any help, don't hesitate to let me know, and I wish you luck in making your menus. Aloha.